got to go on here to vet ticks and redo my thing so I can quit getting a bunch of tickets to stuff that I don't really care about. Because I always keep the volume down. Like, wow. Now I was gonna turn it back. I just need to reach my hand
Hold
over.
on.
Huh?
Oh,
What's wrong?
I'm just trying to get it just so you could see. Hey, hey.
How's it going, everybody? What you?
Can you see you?
Yeah.
Oh, did you turn the volume up?
No, because you moved the phone.
Oh, is the top one?
Mm-hmm. That's outstanding. There you go. Cool. How's it going, everybody?
Hey, everybody.
I know this is unexpected, but we just
Hey,
wanted to
just
say what's
being
up.
me. Hey, Ely. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Lori Jane and Beverly Clark. Hey, Tracy.
Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Wednesday. Yeah, April is Wednesday. It's a pop up for us. Look. Hey, hey, hey. We weren't gonna come on, but we were well, let me take that back. I literally sitting here working last night, and this one right here was knocked out. And I was gonna wake him up and say, we got 10 minutes before we go on live. But I was like, I woke him up and I said, baby, go get in the bed. Like, just go get in the bed. And he got up like he was going to bed, went in the kitchen and got ice cream and cake, and then got in the bed. So, yeah. So, body says rest. We got to rest.
Yeah, we're learning to listen to our body. And when one of us is tired, we don't argue with it. We just, you know what, let's lay down, let's get this rest because evidently we're going to need it.
Yes, yes, yes. Evidently, yeah, we're learning more and more to when it's time to rest,
Yeah.
when we're feeling it like crazy, like, so we have to be obedient because, rest is important. Let me open up this. Like, okay, just in case. So we just hopping on because
Yeah, we hopping on. We want to say hello. We want to, just let you guys know that we missed y'all yesterday, and we want to get out here.
Hey, hey, Pamela. Yes, we're your cheerleader. Oh my gosh. Yes, he is watching. I am watching how much sugar he's eating. But yes, we are definitely watching sugar intake, and my husband don't eat a lot of he do, he doesn't eat bad all the time. But yeah.
And I
So but
don't eat
when
a
he
lot
does,
of sugar just to be eating sugar. A lot of times it has to be something like
he
homemade stuff.
yeah.
I'd rather buy homemade really than to go buy anything, or eat homemade than to go buy anything.
Yeah, but he's been having this thing for banana nut bread because that's what it was. It wasn't actually a cake.
Yeah.
It was banana nut bread and vanilla ice cream. Was it vanilla ice cream?
Banana walnut cake.
Yes, banana walnut cake.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
I grew up eating banana bread, so
Yeah.
every now and then I get a craving.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what he did. He got up, went straight to the kitchen, and then got in the bed. And so,
A vanilla pound cake is my favorite with
yes.
no icing.
Yeah, he doesn't like cake with icing. Yes. Hey, is it Leela or Lila? This is her first time. This
Oh,
is her
first
first
time. Well,
time.
welcome.
Hey, hey. Thank you for that flower. Thank you. Thank y'all. We just jumping on. Um, yes, homemade anytime. And I'm actually a baker. Um, how to join our private group. I'm glad you brought that up. Um,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so go to our website, GodOrdainedUnion.com, and you'll see where it says join our private group. So every now and again, we get somebody who reach out to us and say that they paid, but they can't get in the group. So let me just tell you, after you pay, you got to go and confirm your email. You're going to get an email, look in your junk file, get that email to confirm, then go back to the website and up in the right-hand corner where it says log in, log in. This is the key though. If you click log in and it's the pointer tool, it's going to give you an error message that you don't have access. You've got to wait to that pointer tool turns to a finger. I know it's crazy. Member Press is pressing all kinds of buttons. But you got to make sure you hover over the login where it turns to a finger. Once it does that, you click on it and then you'll see the drop down where it says God-Ordained Connections, and you can click on that and go into the member area. And then you'll see the Zoom information and all that. We go live. We in the private group goes. We meet every first and third Tuesdays
from 8 to 10.
8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, hold on. Oh, that was the wrong person. So, I had to get that troll. So we're meeting, the next time we're meeting is next Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
the first Tuesday in November. Hey, hey from Japan. Hey, hey, hey. So, yes, so anybody who wants to join the private group, you're more than welcome to join us. Yeah. If this is your first time on our channel, shout yourself out. What we do on
we're
this
Terrence
channel?
and Jill with God-Ordained Union. If this is your first time, we are here to simply help increase a God-Ordained unions.
Yes.
And we do it simply by sharing our story
Yes.
and the lessons that we learned when we went through where you are now.
Yes. So if you are desiring marriage and you're wondering why it's taking so long, what's wrong with you? Did you miss your person? Are you too old? This is definitely the channel you want to hang out on, because that was our story.
Yeah, we're letting you know you're not the only one going through what you're going through. You're not the only one to feel the way you feel. You're not the only one that has felt like God isn't hearing them, or that you don't deserve it because of something that happened in your past, or you're not worthy of it, or you're by yourself, or you even passed your time. We've gone through all of that, and we are here to let you know that you're not crazy.
You're not crazy. Just a real quick overview, if this is your first time. I came across Terrence on a dating site in 2018. He had an outdated profile. The dating site was running his profile. He hadn't been on that dating site in 5 years at that time. And they were running an outdated profile. He wasn't responding, which I never, reach out to a person first. But ended up, going to Facebook and found him. And we had a brief conversation in the DM, very, very brief. And then we stopped communicating, and but we were Facebook friends. And so 11 months later, Terrence came back into the DM and he reached out to me. And from that day, we started texting and talking on the phone because we were long distance, texting and talking on the phone for almost a year. And then Terrence, because we were going into the pandemic at that time, then Terrence came to see me. And when he came to see me, it was the beginning of the summer. He came to visit, and from that day, we never were apart. We never determined that we were girlfriend and boyfriend or any of that. From that day, exactly 6 months later, Terrence proposed marriage. And a month after we got engaged, we decided to start this channel, this YouTube channel, because when we announced our engagement, we had a lot of congratulations, but a lot of people were saying how they were feeling lonely. They were wondering where their person was. It was just a lot of sadness.
Yeah, it said they was inspired by our story because of our age.
Yes.
And where they were in that age. And so
Yeah.
we just felt like, we had a story that needed to be told.
Yeah. So we got engaged. We started this channel. And 16 months after we got engaged, we got married. And we've been married for 3.5 years. So in April, it'll be 4 years. Oh my gosh. It'll be 4 years of marital bliss. And so, yeah.
Yep. So we don't tell you like directly what to do. What we do is share our story.
Yeah.
And we share the lessons that we learned going through what we went through in prayer that it will actually help you through going through the same types of things.
Yeah.
We point you back to the word. We don't say do this because Terrence and Jill said it. We say, what does the word say?
Yeah. And then with the word, God, the word of God says he'll make, first of all, he said God ordains marriage,
Yes.
which is the name of this channel. So if you want to be married, God definitely wants it for you as well. And he's making it happen for you. The truth of the matter is also, but that the enemy is trying to stop it.
Yes.
So there's a lot of things that we help you to see that it could be the enemy could be blocking you from getting married. So that's one of the things we do on this channel. But the Bible also gives principles. And so he does not necessarily say, it's, I got to be careful to say that. So he will bring, because we have free will, he will make it where he bring you together, the two of you, and it's up to you to, if you feel like the Holy Spirit is saying that that's my person, then you two get married or whatever. So we always say marriage is a faith move.
Mm-hmm.
We also say it's a process. So your process can be quicker than others, or it can, it can be longer than others. For us, it was the start of our relationship seemed like a long time. But when Terrence saw me, it was not a long time before he said, I want to be married. So for a while, there was an attraction. But when we saw each other, the attraction became a connection. So we always say that once you're in the vicinity, once you're around that person, it doesn't take guys a long time to know that you're the one. He might not tell you right away, but he'll know that you're the one, and you'll know that you're the one, and that you're both on the same page. You'll both know. Um, and
Yeah,
so,
the key is really putting yourself in a situation with God, a relationship to the point to where you know his voice
you
when you
know
hear
his
it.
voice.
And you're not allowing anybody else to direct your steps other than God.
Yeah.
Because once you get to that point, then you'll start making decisions that's going to take you where God is leading you.
Right.
As long as
Right.
you're following his voice.
Yes.
But as
Yes.
long as you're letting outside, social media, friends, family, long as you're letting things like that influence you, you make it harder for you to figure out what God is actually saying, where he's directing you, when he's telling you that that's a red flag to run away from that, to get away from that. It's harder if you're not in tune with God's voice.
Yes. 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 And that's the main thing, is you got to know the voice of the Lord. Um, Couple of things that, we know that the word says, God does not, first of all, no good thing will he withhold from you. So, if it's a good thing, he's not going to withhold it. The Lord's not going to withhold it from you. But when he bless, it comes with no sorrow. Also, when he blesses you with your person, there's no confusion. So if you're in a situationship, or you think you're in a relationship, and you got anxiety over it, you don't know if the guy's into you, or you don't know if you guys, if you've been placed in the friend zone, and if you got
Yeah.
that could be. Yes. Thank you, Psalm 84:11. Thank you, Dorothy. That could be an indication that something is off. It could be red flags waving. I always say, one of the reasons why I have plenty of signs to know that Terrence was the one. Of course, I didn't tell him until way after we were in a relationship. But one of the ways I knew is because I had total peace around him. The peace of God was just around all. I mean, it was so peaceful around him. If it feels like home, it felt like home. And he brings out the best in me, and I didn't have to wonder how he felt about me. I didn't have to second guess. I didn't have to. Um, it just was different. It was different. So
Yeah, and that's one of the things that we've shared over the years is that when you're with the right person, it should draw you closer to God.
and it should draw you
If you're
closer.
with the wrong person, you're going to feel the chaos coming in your life. And that should be a sign for you to say, wait a minute, we're having chaos, we're having drama, we got confusion. God is not the creator of confusion. So when that happens, that should be a red flag for you to say, let me pump the brakes. Let me evaluate what's going on because something ain't right with this.
Right, right. Yeah. And it's so easy to, if you have been in, situations that weren't favorable in the past, if you're not healed from those, it's so easy for you to still be operating from that wound, and you can connect with someone
Mm,
who is
a trauma bond.
a trauma bond. And
Mhm.
so that's why you have to have, nobody's perfect.
Right.
But if you're bound in something like uh distrust, if especially like a lot of women who had, relationships, and men too, relationships where there was infidelity. And so if you're still
Mhm.
feeling those that untrustworthiness, is gonna go to the next person if you're not healed from it. I mean, it's all a faith move.
Yeah.
Like it relationships are just a faith move. It's just, you going in it by faith. So
Yeah. And one of the hardest things to do is to not compare your time to someone else's time.
right,
Don't get caught up saying, what is she has or he has that I don't have. Why are they getting married before me? I've been
right.
waiting for X amount of time. What's the deal? Don't get caught up in the comparison game because the enemy will always use that to
Mm-hmm.
make you think that God isn't hearing, God isn't listening, that you're not worthy, that you're never going to be married. So, just know that it's not you racing somebody else. It's you being obedient and you're trusting God with the plan that he has for you and his timing in that plan.
Yes, yes. Because you will find yourself in a situation like I was, where you could be dating someone for a long time, and then you decide to break off with that person, and the very next person that he dates, he marries them immediately.
Mm-hmm.
That happens a lot, because ladies, men know what they want and what they don't want, and there's a lot of men, they'll stay attached to you, but if they not moving to the next level, you could rest assured they just not into you. They may not break away from you. They might still keep you, close by, but men know what they want and what they don't want. And so, for the most part. So
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah. And when they want you, not need you, because there's a difference. When they want you, and when you trigger that king in them, ain't no stopping them. They're gonna figure out how to make you theirs permanently.
Yeah. There's some
Hey,
things that we
hey.
do. We're gonna make time for you once we figure out that you're the one for us. And that's gonna be a sign to you that not only is he into you, he's doing things to spend more time with you. He's doing
Yes.
things to see you more often. He's changing his schedule now to make you the priority. So he's giving up his weekends. Outside of work, he's making sure you're the priority. So that's going to be some sure signs, but you have to get to that point. You
Yeah.
won't you won't be a priority when you first meet him.
You may not. Yeah. The first week, ladies,
Yeah.
get a
So
grip.
when you first meet a man, don't get upset if he ain't calling you every day. Don't get
Yeah.
upset if he ain't come to see you every day, because he still has his life that he had the day before he met you. Once you earn that, then you'll start to see him change and put you into his calendar more.
And I'll have to say that right there, what Terrence just said, that's if you'll see that he's not putting you a quote unquote priority. If you meet online, if y'all haven't seen each other, if y'all haven't been in each other's company. But if you all say you met someone and y'all go out to dinner or lunch or wherever, you could kind of know if he's interested in really getting to know you and pursue you. And you can kind of know if he's not really that. I mean, he might go with the flow. You'll know. You'll know either way, and really be in tune to listen to the cues. Lizzie Lou, that is an awesome thing. She said so many people in her circle who are in their 60s getting married. I'm
Mm-hmm.
seeing it a lot as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Tracy, that's our thing. We didn't have expectations. We did not have any expectations. I know this might be weird to some people, but we just didn't. Like, Terrence, it just so happened Terrence was coming to see me like every weekend. Like he was driving a couple of hours to see me. But I didn't expect him to. I didn't put pressure on like, oh, I expected you to come this weekend. Why you've been coming any other ever? We had no when I say we went with the flow, because one of our very first conversation on the phone, Terrence said, I want to take things slow, and I said slow is perfect. And so, we were just going with the flow.
And that's probably one of the hardest things to explain to people is how to be intentional about your dating, but also don't have any expectations. And and to be honest, not having expectations is really in the beginning. When you first meet somebody, we talk about having fun on the first date. Have fun learning that you got invited out or somebody accept your invitation to go out and you're having some fun, don't be there like, I'm trying to get married and I need to know today if you're trying to get married. If loosen up, have some fun. The whole process should be fun because you're learning either about someone else or you should also be learning about yourself. And you can't do that if you're uptight and you're trying to have this rigid plan of how it should go. Allow God to be God. Allow him to orchestrate your steps. Allow him to show you places to go so y'all can have a great conversation and let it do what it do.
Yeah. Andrea is saying, I always say, get a grip. Y'all know that's my phrase. And on the flip side of that, it just means have some self-control, which is a fruit of the spirit. It means, tame down the emotions. Women are famous for doing this. Like, that's what we do. We go in with emotions. Like, we just go. I'm telling you, I went in with Terrence with really I know it was nobody but the Lord, because I had no anxiety or emotions in it. Somebody did say, I want to go back. Somebody said, I think it was CS, who said she's just about ready to give up. She said because she's finding that men are picky. I think she said she's seeing that they're very picky and selfish. Yeah, men are picky, and you need to be picky too.
You're talking about spending the rest of your life with one person,
right?
And you don't want to be picky,
right? Okay, that's the most behind salvation. That's the most important decision you're gonna ever make. It's not a one size fits all.
And here's the
type of situation.
Here's the thing: don't get caught up with the people that don't choose you, because that means there's one less person you have to go through to find out who your one is, because all you're looking for is one. And so many times we're hearing people say that one or two people have turned them down, or they learned that person wasn't the one. Okay, then go to the next, because this is all about finding the one. It ain't about keeping track of how many you learned the name of and you tried to get to know that wasn't the one. It's about finding the one. So at the end of the day, when you find that person, in retrospect, you're going to look back and say, now I get it. And it was worth what I went through because I'm with the right person.
Yes.
But if you try to cheapen or cheat the process, all you're going to do is find yourself doubting the person that you're with later. So go through the work. Learn people, be honest about your answers, who you are, what you're trying to represent, and let the actual process guide you through with the Holy Spirit. And I'm telling you, you're going to come out so much the winner on the other side.
Yeah. We had a video a couple of months ago about this, like when you're first meeting someone, when you're quote unquote dating or whatever, the mission is not, the focus should not be marriage. The focus should be getting to know the person, because if you just focusing on it's got to be marriage, you'll end up putting anybody in that position, in that goal. And so you want to get the focus should be on getting to know the person, and focusing on the process. It's just like when you pregnant, like you don't automatically just think, okay, I gotta, it's the baby shower. It's on more of the health and the growth of the baby, nurturing the baby, or, oh, it's the fifth birthday party. Yes, I'm planning the fifth birthday party, or the first birthday party, I should say. My baby's 1 year, and it's just a seed right now in your belly. And so you've got to go through the process, the nurturing and and so yeah, and that's the part that we don't like to hear. We don't like to hear because she's like, how long more do I got to wait?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, the beautiful part is in the journey. It is really in the process of getting. I miss those days when we were just talking on the phone all the time and texting back and forth. And oh man, I miss those days. Those were
Yeah.
some beautiful times.
And here's the thing too. I remember when we first met, mentioning that all I wanted to do is know if I was going to see her again tomorrow. Am I making her laugh? Is she's laughing at my jokes, no matter how corny they were? Are we having fun conversing together? Are we really enjoying each other's company, although we were on the phone, long distance? There were times where we spoke on the phone for so long, I kid y'all not, I would look at the window and be like, oh my God, the sun's coming up. And we'd been on the phone all night. So that's when you're enjoying the conversation. You're not rushing. You're not worried about what's coming up tomorrow. You're just in the moment having a great conversation with someone that you enjoy speaking with.
Yeah. Um, yes, enjoy the journey is what we're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said that they were in a relationship for 13 years and they wasted their time. That's why you need to know the voice of the Lord,
Yeah.
because you need to know early on the signs be there. They really do. The signs be there. Is Olivia on here tonight? She didn't know we were going live. Is Olivia? She's in a private group. Olivia is going to share her an update on her testimony. She has a video on here, but she's going to share an update. Um, you know, because yeah, you'll know what my husband always say, when they tell you who
Love.
they are, when they show you who they are, believe them. Like,
Yeah, especially when you first meet a guy. If you first meet a guy and y'all are talking, especially like you're on the first date or something, and y'all are just filling each other out, and he says, well, I'm not looking for anything serious, you need to get ready to run.
yeah,
Okay, if he says, I'm just looking for somebody to kick it with,
yeah,
because that can kick it,
mm-hmm,
that to a guy means forever. He don't mean he's kicking it for 6 months and then he's going to get serious. No, he means he wants to find somebody that's going to allow him
or it's just not you.
to enjoy himself until he decides to figure out what he do. And what happens is, because you allowed him to do it, when he figure out what he wants to do, in most cases, it doesn't include you. That's when you see a woman being in a relationship with a guy for 5, 6, 10 years. Nothing happens. They break up, and 9 months later, she found out that he's engaged to somebody else.
Yeah. Somebody just said, what does it mean when they refer you as their special friend? That's basically what it means.
It's called friends with benefits.
It's called friends with benefits. It means you're a little closer than he needs something from you.
It means you're giving him what he needs without making him commit.
But he doesn't really want you.
You're not getting what you need
or what you want. You're not getting what you want. So, yeah. Yes, we did. We both, and that's the thing. So in those, okay, so ours was a little different because we spent a lot of time on the phone, and so within the first, because I saw Terrence's profile on a dating site, even though it was outdated, his profile implied that he wanted to be married. Of course, I wanted to be married. In our first 5 conversations or so, he said he would want to get remarried. And so, yes, so it was a lot of it. I didn't even have to ask. A lot of it was just listening, and if he, and that was like, okay, I would take mental notes. And so, but yeah, we knew each other wanted to be married, you know we knew that. We that came up in the conversation.
Yeah, and believe it or not, we spoke long enough before seeing each other for the first time where we spoke about almost everything. By the time we saw each other, the questions were already answered.
Right. And I want to go back to that. Because I think this is where a lot of people don't get. Once a man is in your company, once you are in the same space physically, he will know. He might not say anything to you. He might even feel a little baffled, but it's something, the rib in you, that is going to intrigue him. It's going to press. He's going to start to pursue you. Now, pursuing don't mean he's going to call every single day.
No.
It doesn't mean that. It does not necessarily mean that. But his interest in you is going to be more than just, hey, how you doing, on the phone, texting. Is no. Once he gets your energy, he going to want that more when he's the one.
Yeah.
It's no denying it. He might even be baffled. It's something about her. I got to see her again.
And here's something that we've mentioned, but I don't think people take how big this is. Again, we spoke on the phone, like she said, or text for a year before we saw each other in person. Then, after seeing each other, 6 months later, I proposed to her. So you're talking a year and a half, okay?
Of just getting to know each other.
But in that year and a half, nobody knew that we were talking to each other. When we announced our engagement, neither did her family nor mine know that we even knew each other.
It caught me by surprise.
So we didn't tell anybody. We kept what was going on between us and God.
Well, we'll take that back, because before Terrence proposed, so he proposed in December. I met baby girl, his daughter, in August.
She met my daughter before.
Yeah,
I proposed.
and then my family, my sisters and my parents, we saw each other on FaceTime. But as far as like the the cousins and stuff, nobody knew we were really dating. I met Terrence. I had came down to the second time I came to visit him, he proposed. The first time I came to visit him, that's after he had been coming to see me every weekend. I came to because we saw each other face to face in June. I didn't come to see him until late September, October. When I came to see him the first time, he took me to meet his brothers and sisters. He took me to everybody's house. We went to meet his brothers and sisters. And I was just like, okay, well, I didn't think nothing, he just coming to, I'm thinking it's just something to do, coming down here is something to do. We're going to meet the brothers and sisters. That was like in October. The next time I came down, because he kept coming up to Raleigh to see me. The next time I came down was in December. He proposed. So when people say it don't take long, it does not take long for men to know. The process and how it plays out may take, vary.
And that varies also, because sometimes you're just not locked in and you're not seeing the signs. You're not seeing what's going on, or you're not really in tune, because sometimes people don't commit 100%. That's why we say you got to go all in. You got to be able to go all in and protect your heart at the same time.
At the same time.
You got to do them both. because you won't learn what you need to learn, and you
You
won't
won't have
see
the
what you
whole
need to
experience.
see without going all in. You got to be attentive and see what's going on around you so you can make the right decisions going forward.
So it's equivalent to you going house hunting, shopping. You're looking to buy a house. You see this beautiful house. Do you stand outside the door and peek in? You can't see hardly anything. Do you just peek in and then you try to make a decision? Or do you go all in, all through the house, all through but again, it's not your house yet. So you got to guard your pocketbook. You got to go. It's not, you can't go in setting up furniture stuff because it's not your house yet. So you're going to guard because you don't know if you can get the house yet. You don't know if you're approved for the house yet. You don't know if you can afford the house yet. But you going in all through this house to get to know the house before you make a decision. The seller need the buyer just as much as the buyer need the seller. And so, but before you make a decision, you want to make sure this is what I'm willing to invest in. So you got to go all in.
Going all in, you want to elaborate on going all in.
We got a video on that.
Yeah, we do.
We did it a couple of weeks ago.
But a long story short, going all in is meaning that you're giving every effort for that to work. That way, if it don't work, you don't have any regrets on saying shoulda, coulda, woulda. I should have done this. I should have said that. Well, if I answered this. No, you go all in. Okay? But you also protect your heart. Because you're protecting your heart because in the beginning, you don't know who that person is or what that person's intentions are. Those are things you have to learn. But unless you go all in, you won't have the best opportunity to find out who this person really is or who you really are because you're holding back or you sent a representative.
Yeah, you're guarded.
You didn't give your true self or you didn't describe your true self. You describe somebody that you hope they like.
Yeah.
No, you need to be authentically you.
Yes. God showed you your kingdom, God. But did God show him you? And that's the thing. That's the thing. So a lot of times we can really get caught up in what our emotions want and what we think God is saying. And the enemy does a great job of also making us think that the person, because I didn't know that God was showing me that Terrence was the one until he became the one. I knew something was different. I kept having dreams. Well, I didn't have a lot of dreams. I got prophecies a month before, a few weeks, October 17th, I got a prophecy that my king was about to come. And November 12th, Terrence showed up in my DM. Did you date multiple people at the same time, or did you focus on getting to know each other? Absolutely not. I wasn't a dater. You weren't.
It was only just me and her.
Terrence had just gotten out of a relationship in 2017. A situationship. A situationship. Oh gosh. See how they do.
What's that?
You see what he said? How many days after y'all met did y'all hit?
See, that's why you single.
Oh, baby.
No, we keeping it a buck here. That's why you single. See, we ain't playing games.
See,
we're not playing any games. That's why you're single.
Let me see. I have met two brothers within 3 months since I have been with you both, and they were not the one because the first one wanted to be just friends with benefits, and the other, okay, that cut off.
But that's okay because again, you're only looking for one, so everybody else can't be that.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
Yeah, we didn't date. I wasn't a dater. I wasn't a dater.
Look, even to this day, she tell me, that I proposed before she became my girlfriend.
Oh yeah. Yeah. While these questions are coming up, we just wanted to also announce that we have, for those of you who do know or don't know, we're hosting our first meet and greet here in Charlotte on November 15th. And we allowed our private group members to have first opportunity to RSVP, because it is an intimate social affair. Is here in Uptown Charlotte. And we're also taking the opportunity to also launch that same night our nonprofit, which is the Terrence and Joe Smith Foundation. But it's a private meet and greet for our subscribers. And so we have finally opened it to the public. So if you are interested in coming, there's no cost. You just got to come to Charlotte. There's no cost. It is November 15th, which is a Saturday. It's in like 2 or 3 weeks. And it is no cost. It's a social, start at 6 p.m. And we love to have you as our guests and come to meet our other subscribers and private group members, and those of you who participate on our intercessory call on Friday nights with my mom and Evangelist Worley. They'll be down from Maryland. They're going to be there. And so if you all want to come, we have we have opened up some more space so that you can come. So if you want to come, you can go to our website, GodOrdainedUnion.com, and RSVP. Now, please be mindful. Only one ticket per person. So one RSV per person. And you have to be on the guest list. You got to RSVP to get in. Security will be at the door. Security will be at the door. So you've got to RSVP. Once the the list closes, it closes. So you can go to our website, a God-Ordained Union, and RSVP while there's still space. Yes, we will have more in the future. Next year, we want to do 4 events. We're probably not sure. Probably they're not going to start until next summer. So we wanted to definitely get in one before the year was out. Do you think your person comes when God has revealed your purpose to you? What if you're still getting clarity on that while praying? Let me tell you something. Our nonprofit we are on a mission to help combat loneliness and social isolation. So a lot of people are dealing with loneliness and social isolation. Your purpose. So there's a purpose for every season. So what you should be doing now is probably different is probably different from what you're going to be doing when you're married. So right now you should be utilizing your gifts, talents, and skills. If you're not doing that, it does not mean that your person won't come. So I don't know who said that, but it does not mean that your person won't come. But this is the thing. Because God gives us gifts, talents, and skills, if we do not utilize those, we will feel a void. And when the person does come, if it is not applied to the mission which the husband comes with, and you come with the gifts, talents, and skills to help with the vision, then you want to feel probably voided. So I hope that answers your question.
And also know this, that the word of God says that he's going to start anew. So when you meet the person and y'all get married, God is going to have a purpose for y'all's union.
Yes.
Okay? He don't want you to get married just for the sake of getting married. God is going to have a purpose for that union. And like she said, like what we're doing now, we had no idea the night before that we were going to be doing this.
Not at all. Azalea. Okay, so yes, definitely fast and pray. Um, do not tell him at all. At all.
Yeah, that's the biggest, one of the
That's
biggest mistakes people
do
make
not tell the
is
guy that
telling the
God
other person
said
that God said that they was the one.
they was the one. So what you want to do when you're praying and fasting, because if God showed you this person, it might not necessarily mean that he showed you because that's your husband. It may mean that he showed you because he wants you to pray for something about that guy. So what you should be doing is when you're praying and fasting, don't pray that God, this is my husband. Don't pray that God, Lord God, whatever is going on, um, with this guy, whatever reason you brought this guy in my path, Lord, I ask that you would heal him, meet his needs, or whatever. But when that was happening with Terrence and I, and God kept showing me Terrence, I didn't pray that Terrence was the one. I prayed that whatever was going on with Terrence, that the Lord will meet his needs. Now, I have to say, early on, before me and Terrence had a conversation, I had a dream about Terrence, and I saw Terrence in a dark room. In that room, I went in the dream. I went in the room and I pulled the cover over him. He was resting, and I pulled the cover over him. There was also a safety pin in the bed that was open, and I closed the safety pin. I covered him up, and I came out the room and closed the door. When I woke up, I knew that the Lord was saying that I needed to cover him in prayer. So I knew not to pray a selfish prayer, even though fleshly I was attracted to this guy. Like, he's a handsome guy. I saw him on a dating site. We were very compatible. The dating site was saying we were like a top, compatibility. And let me also say, this is how you got to be very careful, because thank God we don't subscribe to zodiac signs. I'm an Aquarius. Terrence is a quote unquote Capricorn. If we went by zodiac signs, those two signs are not supposed to be together. They're saying that they're not compatible. But this dating site kept saying we were compatible. And so thank God that, we were able to see beyond the enemy's trick schemes and plans. But the point is that I kept praying for this man's well-being. When after we had a conversation, after we got to know each other, like almost a year later, I learned that when I had that dream that Terrence's son had just abruptly moved to New Zealand with his girlfriend. So he had met his girlfriend in college, and her family was from New Zealand, and she went back to an exchange student. She went back to New Zealand, and he went with her. He moved with her to New Zealand. So Terrence was going through that. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, even when we were dating, the prayers that we prayed was about the world, because that was during the pandemic. So we were spending a lot of time praying about families that were losing people for the pandemic. We wasn't praying about ourselves a lot as much as we do now. But back then, a lot of our prayers, because of the pandemic, so many people were losing family members to that. We was doing a lot of praying for this country, for the world, for people that were losing family members and things like that. So just to allow God to use you is gonna just help with opening up your understanding of what his voice sounds like when he's speaking to you.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, and that is definitely one of the reasons why you'll know is because the Lord will tell you to wait and be still. A lot of times for women, we've said this many times, is that when the Lord shows the woman, quote unquote, the when women believe that the Lord is showing them the one, if that's true, It's probably because the Lord is trying to develop patience in us, patience and obedience, and He wants to know that we hear His voice and that we can, hear the play by play. And so He's developing something in us that is needed for the marriage. And so yeah, He took me through a strenuous process of patience development. You have the power to pray for your soulmate. Everything that you need is inside of you. Yeah, you're a planner and you love control. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's huge. You know, you in order to allow God to lead, you have to give up control. You
Yeah.
have to trust with everything in you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, yes. And it's not always easy trying to control um the narrative and the outcomes and people's feelings. And I was like, look, that's how I knew. I was like, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. After we had that brief conversation in the DM, and I was like, I released it. I felt stupid for even approaching him on Facebook. I was like, and I, out of just because I thought he requested me to be a friend on Facebook after we had that brief conversation. I was like, I was about to delete him, but I was like, I don't even care about that. I'm gonna just out of being courteous, I'm gonna leave him as a friend. But I just give up. And it was at that point when I released, I was just at peace with it. And 11 months later, Terrence came back in my DM, and yeah, we stay booked up personal coaching. We offer one-on-ones. You can go to our website and book a session. Absolutely. Yeah, we got a whole video on that too. Yes, physical traction matters. It matters. A God-Ordained union.com. Physical, a lot of people say, well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, physical attraction. We are earthly beings. For physical attraction matters, and it especially matters to men. And we've been talking about this for the last couple of months. Yes, you should be attracted to the guy. God is not going to give you anybody that you're not attracted to, that He wired us
So
that way.
let's break this down just for a quick second.
A God-Ordained union.com. It's also in the description.
When you first meet somebody, because you're not looking at them with your spiritual eyes, you might not find them attractive. However, once the Holy Spirit opens your spiritual eyes, you're going to see them in a whole nother light.
It's something about him.
It might be somebody that you met before and you was like, you know what? He wasn't all that. She ain't all that. But then all of a sudden you start to think that person is growing on you. No, it's that you're looking at them through some different lenses.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So that's when being obedient to God is so important, because the person that He has for you, you will be attracted to. You just may not be attracted to them when you first meet them if you're not looking at them through your spiritual eyes.
Yes, this is live right now, Tosh. Yeah. So for instance, if y'all go to the same church and y'all could be seeing each other every Sunday for the last 19 years, and then let's say it's a church picnic. Y'all go to a church picnic and y'all just happen to be on the same paired up as tennis, playing a game of tennis. And you start to like have some like strategizing together and say, we want to beat them. You come together and then you start to, and before this, you don't seen this guy or this woman years, but it's something now that is different, and that happens all the time.
And that can be the Holy Spirit saying, now look at them the way we see them.
Right.
And you're like, wow, I did not think about that
Thank
the first
you, Tosh.
whatever times that I saw this person. And now all of a sudden you're attracted to them and you don't really know why. It's because you can see them now through your spiritual eyes.
Spiritual eyes. It's something about them now, and it's like, oh my God. I really,
Yep.
Yeah. Love is the most mysterious, beautiful thing. And everybody's love story is different.
Yes.
And do not rob yourself of your love story. Don't be cheated from it. Don't.
Allow God to show you the story he has for you.
Yeah. Artist, it's time for you to go. Because I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. Artist said, y'all sound crazy. You don't go to church looking for somebody. Go to bed. Get a grip. All right. All right. It's time for us to go to bed. Y'all good? Hope to see y'all in Charlotte. We'd love to meet you all and host you all in Charlotte. Those of you who are just hearing, we're having a meet and greet in Charlotte on November 15th, which is about 2.5 weeks away. Absolutely free. But you've got to register to attend. You got to RSVP because it's limited space. So it's an intimate affair. About 125 people. It's an intimate affair. Yes, we can do a video on attachment styles. And so, yeah, we would love to meet you and, get to know you and all that great stuff.
Yeah, look, we love conversing with you guys. So we thank y'all for spending this evening with us. We pray that it allows you an opportunity to get closer to God.
Yes.
Look for scriptures that speak directly to your situation.
Yes. Yes. And if you are dealing with any type of unforgiveness, let that go tonight, because that's a big block.
That's huge.
It's a big block.
You can't even truly repent if you don't forgive.
Go to the website, GodOrdainedUnion.com, all the information. Alicia from NCCU. Alicia, go to our website and email us. Yeah, email me, GodOrdainedUnion.com.
Well, look, you guys have an amazing remainder of your evening.
Yes. All right, you all be blessed. We love y'all. And we'll leave the replay up. All right.
Deuces.
Deuces.